So I'm going to be drawing a few cards for us today. I'm just bringing through some energy just to set the space. So while I'm doing this, you can just take some deep breaths. Really connect with yourself in this moment. How are you feeling? What's going on in your being right now? Just being present with yourself and then tuning in with your heart space and just feeling that love, feeling that light from your heart. And then maybe setting an intention or asking your heart what would be beneficial for you to receive today. So what are you intending to receive, or what is your question or your intention for this card reading today? And so I'll just take one big deep breath into my heart, and maybe we can all do it together. So breathing into our heart and breathing out. And just feeling that love of your heart surrounding you in a big bubble of that loving energy. And so I have the Star Temple Oracle today, and I have the Mystical Wisdom deck. So I'm going to be pulling one card from this deck first to start us and just see what's like the main message that wants to come through today. And then I'm going to use this deck just to get any more details or just see if anything else wants to come through, just to expand upon that. So with your intentions in your heart, you can just continue tuning in with your heart, calling in all of our higher selves, our soul, any of our spirit team, benevolent energies of joy and love, the universe to just support and guide this session for us. So bringing about the most highest, most aligned messages and energies for everyone here and for everyone who will be watching this. So just intending for the highest good of all for this reading. Okay, so what is the message that wants to come through today for everyone? Okay, so we have, oh beautiful, we have Pleione, I think, Mother of the Sea, Goddess. And it says, I surrender to the boundless creative flow of the ocean. Ah, beautiful. And it's number 44. And the number 4, like triple fours, have been coming up for me a lot lately. So that's interesting. So just noticing what you receive from this card first. The beautiful blue colors. Mentioning of the ocean. So to me, this feels like really tuning in with and moving with the flow of life, and even moving with the flow of our emotions, because water and the ocean is really a symbol of the feeling, the emotional world. Yes, I'm going to bring through actually some light language for this one. And just hold in your mind this affirmation. I surrender to the boundless creative flow of the ocean. So just feeling whatever that means for you. And holding that in your mind. I surrender to the boundless flow of the ocean. I surrender to the boundless flow of the ocean. Shomarana siyomokorati no shomaratai. Hyuranatai amia somordo toinesi, korata toinesi. Ru noto. So where can you surrender more to life? And where can you surrender more to feeling your emotions more fully maybe? Or feeling that flow of energy that's really wanting to move through you? So where can you surrender to that creative flow? your own creative flow, the creative flow of life. And so I'm going to draw a new card from the Mystical Wisdom deck, just for some clarity on this. So, let's see what wants to come through. Oops. So, this is crazy. We have a card. It says, cheer up, live in the moment. And she's literally underwater. So that's 2 cards, all to do with water, and a lot of blue energy in these cards. So this really affirms to me that these cards are really about flow and alignment, as well as it feels to me they're really about the emotional world. So tuning in with your emotional world. Like finding presence and peace with your emotions and your feelings, knowing that your feelings are something to be valued and explored, and that you can flow with your feelings, or allow your feelings to flow through you. So not blocking off your feelings, but actually embracing them and letting them flow. And that we can find a lot of flow in our life by embracing the flow of our emotions, like the ebb and flow. Like maybe sometimes you're more energized or less energized. Maybe sometimes there's sadness and other times there's joy. So that's like the ebb and flow of our feelings, our emotional world. So it's sort of like surrendering and embracing that a little more. Beautiful. So I'm going to pull another card. Yeah, so if this is like the message or where we're currently at, what we're being shown in this moment. So maybe there are a lot of emotions for you that are coming up, or maybe there's emotions that are under the surface, and maybe there's a sense of like not being comfortable with these feelings, like either not wanting to feel these feelings or not knowing that it's okay to feel them. Yeah, whether that's like consciously something that's happened and there's a lot of feelings around it, or whether it's like this suppression of emotions over time, and now it's like time to tune in with your feelings. And it's interesting because I said when we came on, like, tune in with how you're feeling. How are you feeling right now? So maybe that's something we can do a little more often, tune in with how we're feeling in this moment and just letting those feelings be okay. Okay, so what are we being asked to move through? Well, what's the path forward through this? Yeah, so just as I'm shuffling, maybe just tuning in with your feelings. Feeling exactly how you feel in this moment, or allowing any emotions that are really wanting to be felt, not blocking them off, just feeling whatever that is, letting that arise in you. And just knowing that you're safe to feel your feelings. It's safe to feel your emotions. Okay. So there's no card coming out just yet, so I'll just... Hey, Imogen! Little water symbol. Yeah, so these cards are really, for anyone who just jumped on, about our emotions, tuning in, feeling our feelings, being okay to surrender to that ebb and flow of life. And this card says, cheer up, live in the moment. So when we're feeling our emotions, we are living in the moment. So when we feel the fullness of that, whatever that feeling or emotion is, we're actually being present. If we're blocking our feelings, we're blocking our ability to live in the present. And we're actually blocking our capacity for joy as well, if we're not fully allowing ourselves to embrace our emotional world. And yeah, so both these cards have a lot to do with the emotional world, with all of the water energy. And so, now let's see if there's a card that wants to come out now. So how do we move through this, or what's the next step for us? Okay, so we have, okay, this is crazy. We have go with the flow, let things happen. And she's literally in the ocean. There's like a huge wave. So every single card that we've pulled is to do with water and emotions and going with the flow. So if we're avoiding our emotions, or even if we're, okay, it could be to do with emotions as well as just life. So when we're trying to control our feelings, or if we're trying to control our life circumstances, we're not going with the flow. So we're living in, we can be, I get this sense like it's like living in fear rather than just letting go, surrendering, just embracing the moment, embracing what's here now, and flowing with that creative flow of life. So if you're feeling sad, feel the fullness of that sadness. Like, this is how I'm feeling. I'm going to flow with this. I'm going to learn, like, when we feel our emotions, we learn something about ourselves, or we learn something about our situation. So if there's some sadness, if there's some anger, not suppressing or pushing that aside, because that's a form of like boxing ourselves in, if we're boxing our emotions in. So instead, embracing the fullness. Thank you, Chris, with the stars. Embracing the fullness of our feelings and embracing the fullness of this moment. So flowing with what's here rather than blocking or trying to control or manipulate what's happening, including how we're feeling and including external environments as well. So rather than that, like flowing, embracing the present. So that's so crazy that all three of those cards like very strongly have water energy like associated with it. Like they're all blue and they all literally like either mention or have images of water in it. I find that insane. Okay, so next card, this one. Okay, cool. So I was asking, so what's the outcome of this? When we flow with life, when we embrace our emotions, embrace that creative flow of life a little more, what's the outcome? And the outcome is new beginnings. Begin your new life. And so this card has like so much rainbow energy. It's a beautiful phoenix. So that's crazy because it's the fire energy, which is sort of like the opposite energy of like water. So that's so interesting. We got 3 water cards, and there is actually a little bit of water on this card. Like, see in the background, there's actually like a lake, but like predominantly this card. Oh, there's also, I don't know whether that's like the moon or the sun. But anyway, that could be a moon in the background. So that's to do with water and emotions. But anyway, it's got the fire energy. So that's so crazy. So in embracing our emotions, okay, this is the crazy thing. Because when we're feeling our emotions, if we've been suppressing our emotions for a long time, and then we tune into feeling, we're going to be feeling a lot of emotions from the past that we've suppressed, okay? But by doing this, by allowing ourselves to feel, we're not living in the past. We're actually freeing up that energy to flow through us. So when we allow ourselves to feel fully and freely and allow the energy to flow through us, we're living in the present and we're excelling ourselves towards our new beginnings. Even if those are feelings from the past that we've suppressed or held ourselves back from feeling, even in allowing ourselves to feel those in the present, we're stepping into the now and we're stepping into the new. And that's like a phoenix, which phoenixes arise from the ashes. So they burn to a crisp, they literally burn down to ashes and then they're reborn anew. So it feels like this is really like a complete freeing, like new beginning for us. It's like a complete transformation. So Let me just tune in with this. I feel like there's something else coming in. It's like by embracing our feelings, honestly, it's like we're letting go of that belief that we have to fit in a certain box or that we can't be the full expression of who we are. So by embracing the truth, this is how I'm feeling, this is what's happening in my life right now, and flowing with it, allowing it all to be okay, allowing all of you to be okay, it's like you're embracing more of the fullness of yourself, and you're allowing yourself to burn away any beliefs or patterns telling you that you're not enough, or telling you that it's not okay to be the fullness of you. You're basically telling yourself, by feeling everything, flowing with everything that's happening, being present, you're telling yourself that you're enough, and that everything that is you, or all that you're experiencing, is perfectly okay. It's okay to be the fullness of who you are. It's okay to feel. Oh, thank you. Dang, with the little fire heart. I like the fire heart. It really resonates with this card. Yeah, so how are you guys feeling about this card reading? Does anyone have any lingering questions or anything, I don't know, any intentions that you'd like to set? Because I might bring through some light language just to help anchor in this. But if anyone has like a lingering question, I could pull a card for that. Otherwise, I've got heaps of crystals here. I'm trying to think which is the best one to use. Maybe the smoky quartz. I'll use the smoky quartz and the selenite. The selenite is like for clearing. And then the smoky quartz is like for, I feel like smoky quartz is like integrating. I worked with the smoky quartz in one of my labs the other day as well. But it's like more integrating. So I feel like this is like a letting go, clearing away the old. And this is like integrating and grounding. So embodying. So I might actually just bring through some light language, and you guys can just be present with all the messages that came through. And you might even receive some of your own messages that are related to your own life right now by just tuning in with your heart, being present with yourself, the fullness of yourself. How are you feeling? And letting that be okay, and just receiving. Shuramniomo koratiomo ratiomo somo karanatiomora. Shiomartiomora tukuratitiomoso. Tukuratitiomoso koretiamashi omoratom niamai. Tiashiomoratom niamai. Akiomo kuritiamai. Akiomo kuritiamai. Asiomo kuriti. Asiomo kuriti. Siomoratatam niamo shiomorototorati. Shiorura niomotora. Shiamora niomotora. Tiamo kurata tiamo. Tiamo kurata tiamo. Kuratiti tiamo kuratati tiamo. Sumoko tiamatai. And as I'm bringing through this light language, I'm just getting this question from this card, from the Phoenix energy, that's sort of asking you to consider, like, how can you allow yourself to be more fully you? Where in your life are you not flowing with the fullness of who you are? Where in your life are you maybe holding yourself back from being fully, truthfully, and authentically you? And where can you burn those patterns away and step more fully into the freedom and authenticity of you, of your soul, of your truth? And a big part of that, I feel, because of these cards, will be to do with emotions, like feeling your emotions. Your emotions are okay, and using your emotions as a tool even for manifestation, as a tool for embracing your truth, as a tool for really tuning in with who you are on a deeper level, but also just tuning in with your present moment. Like, what's this present moment? What does this present moment have for me as a gift? So yes, because our emotions can be great teachers as well. So thank you so much. I'll come back to this affirmation from this card and then we might close up soon. But just tuning in with your being, all your emotions, the fullness of you, just really feeling, embodying that in this present moment. That's all of your feelings, all of your thoughts, all of the essence of you as a soul as well. And then just holding this affirmation in your heart. I surrender to the boundless creative flow of the ocean. And I'd like to adjust that a little bit and say, I surrender to the boundless creative flow of my soul. I surrender to the boundless creative flow of life. I surrender to the boundless creative flow of the universe. Just feeling and settling into how those affirmations feel for you. So thank you so much for joining me on this live. I'm going to be posting this on my page, so if you didn't get to watch this live, you'll get to watch the replay. There is a little bit of light language coming through just to close us off. So Shia mo rana tio mo korana tio mo somo kori tio moa. Shaya mo somo kari tio mo korototoi. Korototoi ami mo somo kori tio mo kotototora. Rokototototototora tio mo soma. Tia mo somara tai mo shomo koratai tia mo koreti otoria masio mo kotoria na so kortoria na sia mo koretia maiene sia mo korototoi esi kokoroteti amakai ia mo korototoi raiele tia okorototoi ashi amariti koyariane sia ralale titi mo kotokoiene sia mo korototo Rolatai, ania mo shomo koriti, shu, rai, shu, rai, ania mo shu koriti, tiamai, amia mo shu korotete, tiamai, aleti korianatai, akia mo koyane, shima, kia mo koyane, shia mo koriti, So I will just leave it open for one moment. If anyone has a question or an intention, whether they'd like a card to be drawn or whether you'd like some light language for a specific intention or question that you have, I'll just leave it just for a few moments. Shoromna, siomo koratai, amiamo somo koratai, amiamo somo koratai, sura. And so if no one has any specific requests, I'll just close up this. Chris, alright, you would like a card? Okay, Chris, would you like a card from the Star Temple or the Mystical Wisdom deck? Okay. You know what? I knew you were going to say that. Star Temple. Okay, so a card for Chris Aura, please. And for anyone that doesn't know, Chris Aura is actually my boyfriend. So he's like on here supporting me, which I'm really grateful for. Shumaraniamo sukaratai, shukaratai amesiamo koritiamo shiamo koratamiamo shiamo korati. Okay, so we have Astarope, the Star Daughters, dance. Beautiful. I dance, sing, and play with my sisters at sunset. Okay, so Chris, looking at this one, what do you feel and sense from this card? And what I'm immediately getting, which we've been talking about a little bit lately, is community and the events and all that sort of thing. So creating a community or having that community to dance and sing and play and connect with is, that's really what I feel from this card. And it's got beautiful butterflies, which we've been seeing everywhere as well. Oh, and you know what's crazy, Chris? It says at sunset. So that just reminds me of what we were talking about, that event we wanted to go to at sunset. Anyway, that's crazy that it says that. And that event actually was about like a singing sort of thing as well, wasn't it? Anyway, that's crazy. Cool. Okay, so I'll do some light language for you, Chris, or are you okay? Okay, so I might go to 5 alties. Thank you, Chris, for asking me for a card. And you can let me know later. You understand more now? Yeah, that's what I felt from that card. Do you have any questions, Chris, about that card? It's also like a feeling like inner child energy, like connecting with our inner child and then connecting with everyone's inner child. So spaces where we're coming together to collaborate and connect and play and really have that like pure, innocent inner child connection with the people around us and with that community that we're in or creating. Siamo granatamnia ma siamo rateteria ma siamo ratatania ma siamo corotototoi. Corotototoi siamo ratera ma siamo corotototoria ma siamo corotoa. Beautiful. Thank you, Chris. So we've got 5 alties. I would like to refine my voice and stop feeling so afraid to speak up. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to pull a card for you from this deck. 5 alties. I'll come back to Chris's comment in a moment, but I'm going to bring a card through for you from this deck and some light language as well. Okay. So, card for 5 alties around refining her voice to stop feeling so afraid to speak up. And I can really relate to that, by the way. Speaking up has been just being confident in, anyway, I really relate to that a lot in my life. Even coming on live has been like a big like letting go of old stories about myself and old ways of feeling towards myself as well. I've only just really become comfortable with doing this. Okay, so a card. Shumaratai. Okay, so we have intuition. Trust your intuition. Beautiful. So just seeing what you receive from this card. And this is to do with your question about refining your voice and stopping feeling so afraid to speak up. So what I feel from this, and I can relate to this too, is by tuning in with your inner voice, tuning in with your soul even, or whatever that is for you, trusting in your intuition, as it says. It's not focusing. But trusting in your own inner voice and then speaking and acting from that space of intuition and from that soul-aligned space that's within you. So speaking from your heart, instead of speaking from the mental patterns or even thinking from those past patterns, tuning in more with your heart, reconnecting with your soul, finding that inner voice and that inner wisdom, so that then when you speak, you trust it. So trusting in your intuition, meaning that when you speak, you're not afraid because your intuition guided you to speak that. So whatever the outcome is, your intuition guided you to that. So if, for example, your intuition guides you to say something to someone, if they don't respond well to it, that doesn't mean your intuition was wrong. That just means that's how that situation played out. Your intuition was guiding you there for a reason. So, for example, if your intuition guides you to say something to someone and you say it and they get angry, maybe your intuition guided you to that to show you that you're strong enough to say what you need to say and that you're not going to be held back by someone else's response anymore. And on top of that, it probably had some positive effect on their life as well, even if it doesn't seem like it. But we focus on ourselves though. So wherever your intuition is guiding you or guiding you to say or speak up, when we have that more grounded connection with that inner wisdom, it's a little easier to trust it. So for example, I'm going to use myself as an example. Like when I was really scared about doing live videos, and even this past week, because I only really started doing these like last week, it's been really transformational for me, because I'm really, when I come on here, I have to trust in what I'm receiving and just say it. Like, and that really scared me. Like that really, really scared me, because I didn't know if I could really trust myself to trust what was coming through and speak it. So developing that inner trust, which I developed through, what's some ways I developed this through? Well, in terms of the card readings, I developed it through doing card readings for people. So that's where like just practicing tuning in with your intuition, practicing speaking up in ways that are like smaller, so that you can like develop that trust and gain that trust in yourself to know that you can trust your intuition. And then also I'm just getting like, just remembering that even if the outcome isn't what you want, or like even if the outcome seems bad after following your intuition, just knowing that just because the outcome looks a certain way doesn't mean your intuition was wrong. It just means that that's how it played out. So, and then to solidify that knowing, if something plays out in a way you didn't really want after you follow your intuition, then take it back. Like, okay, look towards your inner heart and see, how did this oh yay, I'll finish my sentence and I'll respond. But how does this actually serve me? So I followed my intuition. The situation turned out this way that I thought was bad, but instead of thinking it's bad, I'm going to flip it back to myself. So my intuition drew me here. What am I learning from this? Because there's a reason why it happened like this that benefits me, because my intuition drew me to this. What am I learning or gaining? Or what can I learn? Or how can I move through this in a way that uplifts, expands me, and leads me to like a greater version of myself and greater evolution? So thank you so much. I'm glad that was a flip in your perspective. Everything I said has hit straight in the heart. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Because actually what you're saying is really something I've been moving through a level of myself with coming on live, and actually like really just surrendering, like this card says, like surrendering to the creative flow. Like this whole practice of coming on live has been that for me, because I really have to surrender and just trust what I'm saying. So it's really, really nice to receive like that that's what it's doing. So thank you so much. Cosmic timing, yay! Yes, it is. Okay, so maybe some light language for you too, if you would like. Just give me like a thumbs up or something. Okay, so there is some light language wanting to come through, whether it's directly for you, 5 Alties, or whether it's just for whoever will be watching this video. And if you don't want to receive it, you can just not watch this part or just energetically say no to receiving. But I feel like this light language is coming through for the throat chakra, to open up that throat chakra, that self-expression, bursting through and being that creative expression and flow of who we really are, being able to express that in the world. So if you'd like to receive the light language, you can just close your eyes and just tune in, or you can keep your eyes open and just feeling maybe in the throat chakra area, because I feel like that's where this is focused for. Ralatanya mokoroto donya mashi omoroto donya mashi omokoroto doi shai omoroto doi amoso mokoroto doi neshimo roto doi neshimo roto diamo korditia masio moroto doi raleti ayamo shimo koratai ayam mora shimo koratai anasi omokoratiamo amasi omokoratiamo sukorati ayamo shimo ko Ayamashiyomoko koroto sukoroti Ayamashiyomoko koroto siyomo rotototototototo letitititi kiamyamasho rotototototo shi kiamariani shiyomoko korotetoi amisiyomoko ratai amyamasiyomoko ratai anasiyomoko rati amasiyomoko rati Shurototoi, akaratayana shurototoi, riamai, amiamosuma, hurai, aniamosuri, anasikora. And then just bringing it back to the heart space, feeling into your beautiful heart. Remembering that the truth of who you are at your core is this beautiful, loving light that emanates and radiates from the center of your being. Shoritimo latai, karitio su koritito koratatio mokoa. And that when you speak from the heart, all is aligned. Shio koratai mosio morati. Fura. And that you are brave enough and more than capable and worthy of tuning in with that heart, opening up your heart to life, opening up your heart to be that fuller expression of yourself, and then expressing that out into the world, and that the people around you will innately benefit from that, and that the world will innately benefit from your pure, authentic expression of your heart and your truth. Shuyere amai sumoa. So thank you. Let's take 3 deep breaths into our hearts all together. So breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. And breathing in and out. I'm just feeling this question just to ask, like, if there's any noises or any light codes, any movement or any creative flow that really wants to stream through you right now or after this video closes. Just an encouragement to go for it, flow with that, go with that creative flow within you, allowing it to flow through you, whether you make a picture, whether you write, whether you vocally speak light language or affirmations or at some sort of creative expression, or if you move your body or dance or anything like that. If something like that's wanting to flow through you, this is just an encouragement to allow that to flow and to flow with that authentic creative expression of your soul and of who you are. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for interacting with me and asking your questions. It makes it actually really fun. So yeah, thank you so much. I love you so much. It's sort of getting dark now, so I feel like it's time to close up. Just thanking all of our beautiful higher selves, your beautiful soul, for being here. for co-creating this beautiful live with me. And yeah, I will see you next time.